Good morning, chat. How are we doing?
Good morning. I'm here, tuned in, and ready when you are.
All right, we are live on YouTube. Let's do it. Give me a problem. Tell me what's going on. Give me a name, give me an age, and give me an explanation about the problem.
Next is Layla, 41, an independent owner of a small specialty food business, facing a sudden supply disruption that threatens her fall orders. Hi, Joe. My main supplier just told me they can't fulfill my next shipment, and I've got wholesale commitments in 6 weeks. I'm not sure how to handle it without letting people down.
All right. Good morning, Layla. Tell me, what is the specialization of your food distribution business?
Sure. We produce small batch fermented foods, things like pickled vegetables and krauts, and we sell mostly to a handful of regional grocers, plus a couple of restaurants. My thing is consistency and quality.
Okay, and are the manufacturer of those foods local, or are they just canned or bottled products that are available in any grocery store? Is there any exclusivity or stuff like that?
Yeah, we make everything ourselves in our own small facility. The sourcing is local too, as much as possible. One farm, about 2 hours out, has been supplying a specific cabbage variety that we rely on heavily. And they're the ones who just backed out.
Okay, let me understand here. So you are a manufacturer of products and you distribute your own products. You don't
Exactly.
you don't sell to a third party. You're direct, you manufacture and you sell direct to.
Correct. We produce and then sell directly to those few grocers and restaurants. No middle distributor. The issue is that this farm shortfall is right before our busiest season.
Okay, and what is the exact problem? What is the exact food that is being the supply chain is affected?
It's mainly Napa cabbage. They had a crop failure from what they said was unexpected disease, and they told me pretty bluntly that they can't supply me for at least 2 months.
Okay, well, that's no good. And that specific product represents how many products do you distribute? Well, do you make and distribute?
Yeah, about a third of our volume. It's our anchor ingredient for 2 of our best sellers. I've tried calling around, but either farms don't have it or the price is way, way higher.
Way higher. Could you explain?
Like 40 to 50% higher per case. And that's before factoring in the shorter lead times and extra freight. I don't know if our margins can take that, but if I don't deliver, I risk losing shelf space. And that scares me.
And how long you been in business?
Just over 7 years. Slow, steady growth. We've never missed a seasonal order before. That's why this feels extra heavy.
And who takes care of making purchases of the raw materials for your products that you create?
Me. I handle supplier relationships myself. I guess partly because of trust, partly because we've stayed lean.
Layla, you don't have a problem. You already have the solution. If it costs you money out of your pocket, it really doesn't matter. You're 7 years, you never missed a production, people count on you. There's really nothing to think about. Close your eyes, spend the money, and that's it. Turn the page right away and do your, mourn the loss. Like whatever it's going to be, it doesn't matter. Now, if you say that on the financial side, you don't have the means because you're not able to buy, you don't have the liquidity, then we could go into a deeper conversation. But the 40-50% is a non-issue. I mean, and that's why I asked you if you're the buyer, because if you're sure that there's no other alternatives, but you have a solution, then don't break that streak of never having a problem.
It's not that I want to break it. I hear what you're saying. It just feels risky to absorb that kind of cost all at once, especially with cash already tight heading into fall.
Doesn't matter. You don't have choice. You're in a bind.
That, yeah, it feels like a bind for sure. I keep thinking there has to be a middle path, but
I can't see it. I can't see it unless I go on my computer and I try to find alternatives for you. Now, I'm assuming that you did all that lead work and that you're good at what you do, right? So let's take that, and if you want, we could like audit what you did, and we could do that. But and then what's going to be the next step? I think you got to take the responsibility to say, hey, let me go check again before I spend that money. But the danger is those are perishable items. Am I correct?
that's right.
Yeah. So if you have an alternative, jump on it. And if you have to, drive over there and pick up the material, because if you lose that opportunity, then you're going to have a real problem. And this 40-50% is going to feel like an opportunity that was lost, even though it's going to come out of your pocket.
Yeah. I mean, I did call 3 farms within range and 1 broker. That's where I stopped.
Did you call out of state?
No, I didn't go that far. I worried
Well,
freight would get complicated, and
well,
frankly, I ran out of steam after those calls.
no, you got to call out of state immediately. Go maybe 2-3 states around you where you could send a relative or something. You got to think now, problem solving fast.
Okay. That narrows the focus at least.
Yeah.
It's not. Sorry, it's a lot to think about right now.
But listen, that's the food business. The food business is very, very difficult. You're dealing with perishable items, and you can't afford to not do this. And I would say, don't even look 2-3 states over. Go up to 4 or 5 states over, and then you're probably going to find a couple of solutions, and then you got to compare it to your other alternative. And you're going to have to get on the phone this morning, because with the problem with the deadlines that you have on your plate, I don't know if you have the ability to prioritize and juggle your daily tasks, but you need to block everything and to focus on this if you could do that without causing harm to the company.
Right. So focus and move faster. Don't let it drag out longer than it has to. That much is clear, I guess.
Even more, don't do anything else but that until you find a solution.
Okay. That feels scary but direct.
Yeah, but you have no choice. What are you going to do? You have a 7-year streak here, and your customers in the food business, if you tell them on one order, we're having production, guess what's going to happen?
Yeah. No, move on.
Yeah, exactly. So don't let that happen, especially that you already have a solution. What you're doing now is you're trying to find a lower cost solution. But listen, if right now juggling your priorities is going to cost you because you're not going to be able to make sales, then that 40-50% increase in price, you got to factor that in. Because if you take the whole day and you're like, I'm not going to be able to take calls, I'm going to be missing sales, and it's going to cost me $5,000 of sold goods, then take that 40-50%. If that is on the table right now and it's for real, then that's an extra incentive to take it.
I don't love it, but I understand what you're saying. It makes sense logically.
Well, listen, this is not about logic. This is about losing your customers and breaking a streak that's important for the core of your business. And by the sounds of it, it's a third of your business. And what if now the disease. You know how it is in farming, right? There's something going on. They predict that this issue is going to be attenuated or eradicated, I should say. But then they do some more testing, and then they realize that the underlying issue was affecting this. And, like, nothing is guaranteed here. So you should look at this also like spreading the risk, and maybe, just playing things safely.
Hmm, that does land. It feels like a gamble either way, but maybe not deciding is its own kind of gamble too.
Yeah, no, I think you have to be decisive, Layla, and you gotta do it. You gotta figure out alternatives, and if you could get even two suppliers and also protect yourself from this happening again, that's something to consider. And also, you should see if this product that's being grown is being affected by tariffs and exports, imports, and if there's new regulations. Like, while you're on the topic, just run it across AI and try to see if anything new. Do a deep search. You could go in AI and you could toggle a switch and you could do a deep research and put some keywords there. Ask your ChatGPT to do a deep search, and then right away find your solution. Layla, don't even think about it. Don't even blink. Get on it right away is my advice.
I hear you. I need to sit with it a moment, but yeah, it can't be something I put off any longer than today.
Okay, Layla, awesome. Yeah, I think it's going to be okay because you have a solution on the table, and I think you're going to be fine. Unless I'm missing something else, but if we're not, I think we're done here.
All right. Thanks, Joe.
All right, awesome. Good luck, Layla. Chat. We go to work. We have businesses. I'm just going to take a minute and talk to our beloved viewers. So here we have an emergency. We got a business owner. Now he's got a 911 kind of problem. A third of his product line is affected by supply, and it's about to break a 7-year streak of never missing any products. Doesn't matter how much it's going to cost. Doesn't matter. You're going to take a hit, and that's why we always need to have a little bit of savings in our accounts for these unexpected events, where just doing the right thing means everything, at risk of losing our customers. So for Layla, I'm a little concerned just because of the hesitation, where in reality there should be no hesitation. But always when we do these interactions, we just don't know if there's more underlying